is Arunava Chaudhuri and you are on my YouTube channel Arunfoot. Very, very good news for the Indian national men's football team as CAFA have confirmed the participation of the Blue Tigers in the CAFA Nations Cup. Now, what is CAFA? CAFA is the Central Asian Football Association. It has 6 member nations and it has been holding a CAFA Nations Cup. Yeah, sort of a CAFA regional tournament, and on the occasion of the 10th anniversary of CAFA, the second edition of this tournament is being held from August 29th to September 8th, and as said, 8 nations will take part. That means 2 invitees were included plus the 6 associate members. Originally Oman and Malaysia were invited, but Malaysia opted out a couple of weeks ago, citing that they cannot play and provide a team to play in the competition. Very simply, the tournament is happening outside of a FIFA window, and secondly, the AFC Under-23 Asian Cup qualifiers start on the 3rd of September. So that meant CAFA went out and spoke to a number of associations as potential alternatives. Looked to it was sort of a 2-horse race, and in the end, they decided to not only invite India, but confirm India as the 8th team in the competition. And that is great news, as I say, for the Indian national team, because we have to play 2 qualifiers against Singapore in October, and 3 matches against good opposition is something with which India can do with. Now, India have been drawn in Group B. Group A is going to be played in Uzbekistan. Group B will be played in Tajikistan. And in Hisor, India will be facing host Tajikistan on August 29th in the opening match of the tournament. September 1st, India will be facing Iran. And September 4th, India will be facing Afghanistan. And the top 2 teams in the group will move on. The top team plays in the final. The second place team plays in the 3rd place playoff. Tajikistan, Iran, Afghanistan, good competition for India. And what is also interesting, we should be knowing in the next 2-3 days who will be the Indian national team head coach. So that head coach hopefully will get a couple of weeks with the team, will then travel to Tajikistan, play those 3 matches. He will most probably have a better understanding of the team, and then he can choose which players he will play in the qualifiers, in the Asian Cup qualifiers, in the AFC Asian Cup 2027 qualifiers against Singapore. So it's a win-win. But as said, this competition is happening outside of a FIFA window. That means that teams who have players in Europe will not be able to call on those players, or even maybe in some other Asian nations, because they might be playing national competitions. And of course, with the AFC U23 Asian Cup qualifiers starting on the 3rd of September, potential national team players will rather be going to the under-23s to play in those qualifiers. So that means, for example, in Iran will not be able to call on a Taremi, their superstar, or in Uzbekistan are likely to get a Kusanov to play for them. But still, Iran, even if it's a B team, will be a strong opposition for us. Tajikistan, Afghanistan, also interesting matches. And as said, whoever is the new coach gets a feeling of the Indian national team. And yeah, the big thing is, of course, with the ISL not starting in mid-September, it means that most of the teams are not really in proper pre-season training. So the coach, could get his players. The question that I know that fans have been asking, it clashes potentially with the Durand Club. It doesn't clash, but again, could it have something to do with the AFC Champions League 2 if Mohun Bagan are playing in it, if Goa wins their qualifier on the 13th against Al-Sib? It's a discussion that the AIFF will have with the respective clubs, or should have with the respective clubs, have an open dialogue, open conversation. And again, the AIFF can only request. I know for certain teams the Durand Cup is important, but I think international commitments for India, preparations for those AFC Asian Cup 2027 final round qualifiers is very, very important. So once again, India is going to play in the CAFA Nations Cup. That is good news for Indian football. The tournament from the 29th of August to the 8th of September, and that means India to play Tajikistan, to play Iran and Afghanistan. What do you guys think? Good, bad? maybe something that I missed or something that I should have added, write those things down in the comments below. And as always, like, share, and subscribe Arunfoot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias, visit arunfoot.com. And I'll be back very soon. So Arunava Chaudhuri signing off. Bye for now.